CarolinaPrepper.com. If you're looking for quality food storage for hiking, fishing, hunting, basic survival needs, or just for everyday use, check out our food storage line at CarolinaPrepper.com. We also carry other fine quality products such as our can concealment holsters for men and women. Keeping your firearm under cover and within reach puts confidence in your hands in any situation. Our products are 100% American made. Check us out today at CarolinaPrepper.com.
And now, it's time to Stand for Truth with the host of Stand for Truth Radio, Susan Knowles.
Good morning, Marianne. How are you? Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing on this Cafefe Friday? How are you? How are you? Please invite your followers. A lot of stuff to talk about today. A lot of stuff. Hey, good morning. Yes. Julia, good to see you. Julia. Hey, Shauna, doubled envy. Hey, Hugh, good morning. Good to see you. I love these names, these tricky names. Hey, how are you? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody on Facebook Live as well. Everybody all over the place, how are you? Hey, Sybil, how are you? Star Valley checking in. Good for you, Double. Where is Star Valley? Where is that exactly? Hey, Monica, good to see you. Rose, welcome. How are you? Everybody, if you would please invite your followers in. Everybody on YouTube, if you would retweet this and invite everybody in, that'd be great. Going to be 112 today in Las Vegas. Oh my gosh, Marianne. Oh my gosh. Nevada. Okay, perfect. You won't even say mine? I did. I said, hi, Hugh. Good morning. Hey, Mark, how are you? Barbara, good to see you. Everybody, it's on Friday. Please, if you will, Amber, and everybody, Tori, good to see you. Please invite your followers. Hey, Wayne, good to see you. Have a lot to talk about this morning, something very important, and the more people we get in here, the better. Good morning, Gary. How are you? Joseph, good to see you. So if we can get more people in, I want to talk to you about something and something very important. Hey, Kim. Hey, how are you, Nels? Knowles knows. Hey, which is better, Knowles knows or Knowles Nation? It's a little easier to say. Good morning. Everybody's being very quiet so far on Periscope. It's not like you to be so quiet. The whole thing I meant, Susan? Not sure what that is, Hugh, but you can tell me. Say it again. I probably missed something that you were trying to tell me. Not sure what it was you were trying to tell me there, as I almost dropped my microphone. Hey, Sapphire Barbie Doll, how are you? Thanks for joining. Thanks for inviting your friends and followers. Students, you do make us smart. Knowles Nation sounds too much like, oh. Well, think of something, if you will, please. We're just listening. Oh, okay. Right winger too. Good to see you. Knowles Nation sounds good. Hugh likes Knowles Nation. Let's have a show of hands. Who likes Knowles Nations? Knowles Nation. If you like that, put 1. If you want something else, put what that is. I know a couple of you have been asking me to like name the group. Okay. So we have a lot of people who like Knowles Nation. I know I mean, there's other things. There's Dixie Cup Nation. There's a whole bunch of things. You know, the nation name isn't restricted to just one person. Monica likes it. Okay, everybody likes it. Hey, Grumpy, welcome. It's your first day on Periscope. Tillman likes Knowles Knows. That's so hard to say, though. Even I have problem. There are lots of nations. Knowledge. It's easier for me, honestly, to say Knowles Nation than to say Knowles Knows. I can't. I mean, it's hard. Knowles News. Yeah, and that sort of kind of limits it. Too many nations. We need to think of something, and I'll tell you why. I have something I want to ask you guys if you want to participate in, and to see what you think about this. And I want to have us have a group name. Susan's crew, Knowles crew. Ah, I don't know. Knowles News. But we do more than just. I mean, Knowles News is good, but we do more than just news. So I don't know. Knowles knows news. Oh God, too much, too much. All right, so mull it over. We'll ask again in a minute exactly. Knowles Army. That's something I don't know about that one. Les des nobles. I'm not even sure what that means, but okay. So here's what I want to tell you. Do you guys remember? Good morning, Roxanne. Good to see you again. Do you guys remember the group, the veterans group? It's good to use when we go live. Others know you. Yeah, Barbara, it's true. I mean, we need to have something, but also this group does a lot of stuff, and I want to continue to do more stuff with the group, Knowles Crew. Hey, what do you think? Do you like Knowles Crew? Do you like that one? That one's easier to say for me, Knowles Crew. Tell me, put a 1 if you like Knowles Crew. Good morning, Amanda. Tired of Nation. Yeah, do a Twitter survey. Pick 4. God, I've forgotten what 4 is, Tillman. Okay, so we're looking like we're liking Knowles Crew. Thinking, Keith, Knowles New and Views. Knowles Views. Knowles Views. But it's too, the name is about you guys, you know what I mean? It's me and you. So Knowles Crew sounds like a group of people, which is great. And I want it to be that. Can we decide on Knowles Crew? Is that okay for now? And we could always change it, but is that okay with the majority of people? Exactly, it is a group. Knowles Squad. Does not bring family. Knowles Deplorable Knowles Tribe. Knowles Patriot Extravaganza. Yeah, let's keep it short. Okay, so if we can do this, if everybody is kind of happy with Knowles Crew, can we go with that? Red Knowles? Oh, no, no. Knowles knows. Oh, God, that's so hard to say. Knowles Crew. Knock on Knowles. No, no, please. Can we go with Knowles Crew for right now? And then, if we need to change it, Knowles Knowers. I like knock on Knowles. No, God. Knowles. No, with a K. Oh, no. Knowles Crew with a K. Oh, my gosh. You guys, Marlene. Look at it. Yeah, I know. That one, no. No, you watch out for too many. Yes. Knowles Nation. Keith likes Knowlers. Oh, my gosh. That's not bad. Okay, let's take a vote between. Here's number 1. Knowles Crew is number 1. And no Nation. Okay, we'll leave out Nation. Knowles Nomads. No. And how about number 2 is Knowles Knows. But see that doesn't say a group of people. Hey, good morning, Asher. We're trying to vote here. So what's another name that signifies a group? Okay. No on 2. Yeah, I don't want Knowles, the grassy Knowles. Oh my God, please no. Okay. All right. Knowles Patriots. All right, here's what we'll do. Knowles Squad. All right, here we go. Number 1 is Knowles Crew. Number 2 is Knowles Squad. And the more you know. But that I'm trying, and that's great. Those are great names. No, not clan. No, we're not going to do that. 2 is a joke. Okay. How about, number 1 is Knowles Crew, Knowles Nationalists. Okay, we'll do 1, 2, and 3, and let's vote. Okay, so everybody get ready. Number 1 is Knowles Crew. Number 2 is Knowles Squad, and number 3 is Knowles Nationalists. Or Knowles. Do you want Nationalists or Knowles? Yeah, Nationalists is good. Or Patriots. Okay. Okay. So far it looks like 1 is beating everybody. We got 1, 3. Okay. Patriots. Oh my gosh. Crips. Yeah, let's do that one. 1 out of those. Okay. Everybody on over here on YouTube wants 1. My vote counts twice. Okay, Tillman. I'm in Ohio. Okay, so it looks like right now Knowles Crew 1 out. So is everybody going to be happy with Knowles Crew? Because that looks like that's the majority of the vote right now. Hugh wants copyrights. Okay, we're going to go with Knowles Crew. KNN. No, God, no. All right, so that's what we're going to do. And everything, if you could just do, but it's KNOWLES though, Barbara. You put a K. You put K twice. So Knowles Crew. And what you might want to do, Crew with a K. Okay, does everybody want to put Knowles Crew with a K? Let's do that. I know. How about Knowles Crew with a K? Can we do that? So KNOWLESKREW. Are you happy with that? Too many Ks. That's what I said too. Okay. Knowles Crew with a K. All right. Not a safe term. Okay. Okay. I meant Crew. Okay. So, okay, we're going to do, can we do Knowles Crew with a K? Is everybody happy with that? Knowles Crew. So, is everybody happy with that? Can we go with that? I know. We're getting around Hugh's copyrights. Kim, put Knowles Crew with a K, because if you leave it lower letter C, it's going to not look good. I know. Knowles Crew with a K. There, we got it. Knowles Crew with a K. KNOWLESKREW is who you are now. How's that? So we're gonna go with that. Okay, now let me get into why I know Knowles Army. I just, that sounds a little bit, I don't know. I like it, Jamie, but it sounds a little bit different. Knowles Crew with a K. All right. So anytime you do something, if you would just put that hashtag Knowles Crew with a K on there, that would be good. All good like the crew. Perfect. So KNOWLESKREW. Thank you. We came up with it. It took us a minute, but we got it. Okay, now, here's the reason we all crew. You're a crew, yes, with a K. Let's talk about, remember the veterans that we talked about before, or that I talked about before a long time ago with you, veterans on patrol. Does anybody remember them, the veterans that are in Arizona that I've known for about 2 years now? Do you remember them? It is K for crew. Yes, Les Kim. Okay, so they are doing an amazing job. They are growing leaps and bounds, and I want to let you know that this new news for them is A&E is doing a documentary on them. Netflix is possibly going to be doing a documentary. There are other people that are involved that want to do a documentary on them. And I mean, which is amazing. This whole organization started from a man who is not a veteran, who decided that he was tired of veteran suicides. And so he started Veterans on Patrol. And as you know, as you maybe remember, they don't take money. They don't take money at all. So it's all just donations to them. Now, I watched them last night when the A&E crew was out there. They did a kind of a live video scope. And they were going around Tucson, and they were, you know, they are really amazing. Trolls Friday Coffee Bar. Nancy, from now on, we're hashtag Knowles Crew with a K. So KNOWLES KREW. And you may want to go back and listen at the beginning and find out why. They are absolutely true patriots. Last night while I was watching, a big storm was coming in Tucson. And I'm telling you, that storm was horrible. I've never seen the sky so black in my life. And with lightning and everything else. But they went out to gather up the veterans so that they, you know, wouldn't be in the rain. They in the short few minutes that I watched it, they had already located 3 veterans and had taken those veterans in and brought them into their encampment there. And so the veterans now will have, I know it's like a monsoon, Keith. The veterans there will have free food, free clothing, free lodging. Okay, no interference with anybody. They will have also the VA is coming there to help them, so they will get everything that they need. Good morning, Ron. How are you? Thank you, Ron. I really appreciate that. We love Michigan too. Now, here's the thing. When they were talking last night, they went out, and I'm not even kidding you. They went out with a truckload of food, clothing, blankets, and everything. They ran out in a matter of minutes. I have never seen so many homeless people as I saw in that video last night. There had to have at least been 20 in one location. It was horrible to see. So they went out with all that and with food to make sure these people had things. They ran out almost immediately. They need socks, they need blankets, and they need food. I'm wondering if you want to contribute to their cause, and here's what I have in mind if you do. Remember how last time we did the pacifiers thing and we sent it to Washington, D.C. to the media? Tillman, there's so much going on. There's so much going on. But I wanted to know if you wanted to donate again like you did last time. There's a donate button on SusanKnowles.com. Donate any amount that you want to. I can take that money and I'll have a list of everything I bought, so anybody who wants to see it will know that not one dime goes to me. And I will take and buy all of the articles and clothing and blankets and socks from your donations. I have asked, because I thought of this last night, I asked the guy who's in charge, I said, look, if we do this, if people really want to contribute and donate, not on YouTube, you just go to SusanKnowles.com. There's a donate button in the right-hand column, and it takes you to the PayPal. They don't take money. They don't take money. So what I wanted to do was, if everybody wanted to do this, I can go out and get it, and I can send it to them. And I've asked that he open up the box, and it be from all of us, and that he videotapes this, and I'll videotape it and then put it on my website so that you can see him opening what you contributed to him, what your dollars brought to him and the group there in Tucson, Arizona. Now, what does the group think about that? And you don't have to. I mean, don't feel obligated at all to donate. That's not what it's about. I mean, this is only if you want to, and if you don't, nobody's going to think any less of you not doing so. But I just wanted to put that out there. I knew that people before were really interested. Who could have Anthony? Who's Anthony? These are veterans. They're homeless veterans, Marlene, all of them. Oh, Asher, you like that? Sounds great, Hugh said. Okay. So what I wanted to do was, again, I told him I don't want you to open the box until we open it on camera, because I want to get a video of you opening the box, showing everybody what's inside the box, what they contributed to, and then give the, Knowles crew is going to get the credit for that. Wish you had a button on YouTube. Yeah, well, but Asher, just go to SusanKnowles.com. There's a button there. I'll try to put one on YouTube. I don't know where to put it, but uh, Facebook page when you share? Teresa said, "Yeah, I'm going to put it. I'm going to have him. I'll probably film it, on Facebook, and then I'll take that and embed it into my SusanKnowles.com, and that way everybody can see it. People that don't want to go to Facebook, everybody can see it and see him, going through the box. And also, maybe at the time, what I can do is also have him, walk around the encampment a little bit, the camp a little bit, and say hello to people and see what they're up to and show you what the camp looks like." So, if it's something that you want to do, I would say, go to, again, SusanKnowles.com, the donate button, and just put on your donation when you send it. Just put for veterans. Doesn't the university? No, Nancy, they really don't get help. I'll tell you one thing. The hello from Louisiana. How are you? Brian, good to see you. The police around there are starting to love them because there's, they always, hey, Robert, they always locate themselves around a park. And those parks, when they go in there, but some of them do get a check each month. Well, Wayne, that's true. Some of the veterans do, but they don't take, I guess the veterans can use the money any way they want to. And if they're out on the streets, people usually steal the money from them, to be honest with you. And I don't know what, some of the money is spent for. I mean, I think some of them have, I know recently they had a veteran who had missing 3 limbs, and his check is not going to help him. Yeah, I mean, they do get money in some of them, and I don't, they're not allowed to come in there and if they're on the streets, they're going to spend that money for alcohol and drugs. Let's just put it that simply. Thanks, Monica. It's so hot for them. It's over 100, and they live out there in tents. If they're not in tents, they're on the street. Now, the goal of VOP, as we've talked about before, the goal is to get those people into housing as quickly as possible. So some of them immediately, like in a couple of days, sometimes a couple of weeks, they move them into housing so that they can take the money, and now they're paying rent and whatever, and the sliding scale, I'm sure. For them. But so anyway, if you want to do it, let's be real, the money they get is not enough to live on unless they're an officer. I know, Asher, it's not that much money. You can't even afford an apartment on the money they get. They just can't. I mean, have to be realistic. And a lot of them do have a lot of issues, mental health issues, as well as PTSD, part of it, and TBI. They've got a lot of problems. Costs more to be homeless than you can believe. Yeah, rent cuts into the beer money. Well, the goal, Wayne, is to get them off of alcohol. I mean, a lot of them are, unfortunately, addicted to alcohol and drugs. Yeah. Thank you, Barbara, for the super hearts. It would be better if we weren't supporting the illegal immigrants, and we could help the veterans more. And, the treatment that some of them get in the hospital, I could tell you stories. I know we need to talk about the news, but recently the hospital was letting the veteran I told you that had 3 missing limbs. My understanding, he was sitting there for 2 hours calling for help, and they were ignoring him. So, I mean, come on. Yeah, they drink because of what they've seen to protect us. Mixed stain. Dang it, froze again. Shauna. So anyway, as I said, if you don't want to give, absolutely no obligation to give. If you do want to give, if you could, I think the homeless in Tucson, there's another organization down there. I'm going to be bringing some information to you guys that you can see. They protect the border. They're veterans that protect the border down there in Tucson. The problem is that the drug cartels down there, they come across the border into Tucson. Guess where they're going to go and sell their drugs to? Veterans. And so these people down in on the border down there, it's the Arizona Border Recon, and they're all volunteer, and they keep the That's okay. Yeah, that is my horse. That's my girl. They keep the drug cartels out of Tucson. And also, as I was saying, they locate themselves. The veterans locate themselves near a park, and they go in and they clean up those parks. They find syringes. The drug addicts hang out there, and we're talking about the criminal ones, the ones who want to sell to the veterans and to the other homeless people. And so they clean that park out and they get rid of those people. They make the community safer, actually. Self-medication, unless stopped, results in mental illness, then it's really bad. That's true, Asher. Any job opportunities, Tillman? It's really hard. I don't know if you've ever gone down there and seen them. I wouldn't say that they're employable. Some of them, and they don't look good. They don't look healthy. They need help with the VA, and that's kind of like the first step. They've got to get the help to get back on their feet because they've been living out on the streets. And so they have a lot of, health issues, physical health issues, along with the mental health issues. They don't drink and do drugs on fun, right? They do it to numb their pain because our government letting them down. That's true. Hey, Bob, how are you? We think about them as the past too much. That's true. Absolutely. They are here. They need to be taken care of. They haven't been taken care of. And again, don't feel obligated. If you would like to do this, please go, if you will, today to the donate button at SusanKnowles.com. Signify on there that it's for the veterans. As I said, I will go purchase everything and send it to them and then film them opening it. I would like to kind of, get this wrapped up by early next week. It would be ideal if I could go out and get it this weekend, but I don't want to rush anybody. But take your time. If you have any questions, DM me. Looks like it's best to get to them through your contacts from what I see. Yeah, because I know, where to send it. I know who's going to open it. I know that it's going to be delivered to them. Liberals would rather focus on helping illegals rather than veterans. That's right. And, if I were in front of a group, we do need to focus on their future. If I were in front of a group of liberals and I were asking for money, for the illegal immigrants, I'm sure I'd get thousands, But, with the veterans, they're kind of like the last people to be thought of. So anyway, again, up to you guys, whatever you want to do, and we'll move on. Sad the media wastes time on what the president said than telling vets needs. Well, don't get me started on the veterans because I know that these veterans are given too much medication. And, I think the purpose sometimes is to just keep them so subdued and not be a problem. That's why they're given a lot of medication. That's not healthy for them. It's not right. And it's not we shouldn't have done that. Thank you, Nancy. I mean, you guys, like I said, this is you guys. It's all of us. Yes, give a pill and send them away. That's right. So I don't want to be a part of that. I want to be the ones that help them because they helped us. They keep us safe. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be sitting here doing what we're doing right now. So anyway, on to the next thing. Thank you guys. Amanda, I really appreciate it. And if, contact me, DM me if you have any questions. I'm at Starbucks now. Have a great weekend. Okay, Tori, take care. All right, so I don't know if you heard. Yeah, well, and a lot of times, Amber, veterans don't really have patient rights. I mean, they do, it's on the books, but they don't get it. And if you're in the VA hospital and you have a complaint, good luck. There's a GOP operative, I don't know if you heard about him, who went after the Clintons. His name is Peter W. Smith. He tried to get Hillary's emails from what he felt was Russian hackers. You're a nurse at the VA. Good for you, Amber. I'm sure you're doing a great job. And so he was 81 years old, and shortly afterwards, he committed suicide. Yes, 81 years old. You're welcome, Teresa. You want to see what government health care looks like, just go to the VA. Yeah, that's right, Steve. Yes, he's, Marianne, he's dead. Now, his head was covered with a bag, and it was attached to a helium tank. And he left a suicide note that said, there's no foul play. And he said no foul play was involved. And that he killed himself because the um, the life insurance was getting ready to expire, and there was a bad turn in his health. So, you know, the one thing I don't understand about the whole thing is that, yeah, yeah, Nancy. I mean, that's what some people say. It looks you fired 100 people since Trump signed accountability. That's good, Amber. So many people needed to go. So many people who just didn't care needed to be out the door. I'm glad to hear that 100 people that were fired. Good. Marlene, that is exactly what I was going to say. You know, if you commit suicide, your life insurance typically does not pay. So either he didn't know or he did know and somebody else wrote the note, had him write the note. I don't know. And I know, Barbara, you'd think that it was common knowledge, but it is very suspicious. And Monica said they don't pay if you kill yourself. That's right. That's right, Monica. I was a health insurance adjuster. Insurance does not pay. I know, and it seems odd. He sounded like an extremely smart and successful man. Yep, suspect for sure. Yeah, it's just the whole thing just doesn't sound right. Who is this guy? His name was Peter W. Smith. He's a GOP operative who went after the Clintons and tried to get the emails from, he thought, the Russian hackers. He thought they had the Clinton emails, and so he went to try to find that. And then, you know, he supposedly committed suicide. Why did he want to help Russia? Bobby didn't want to help Russia. He wanted to get Hillary's emails. He thought Russia had them. Plus, related to the Clintons makes it even more odd. Yeah, they do have a little history, Marianne, you know, 30-some years. Add to the head count, he knew where they were. There's a trail with certain past politicians. For sure. Todd. I remembered your name. Any chance Seth Rich is in witness protection? Yes, Amber. I think there's always that possibility. He was trying to prove that Hillary colluded with Russia during the election. What's their death toll now? It's high, man. I'm telling you, anybody with connected. Why does the GOP all of a sudden love Putin? Because, no, he's not Cheeto face, but, I mean, you may want to call him that. We don't call name call in here, but anyway, so that's him. He's gone. Don't know about Seth Rich. I think there's, you know, more to find out about Seth Rich. I think as time goes on, we'll find out either he's dead or alive. It is, you know, odd with him. We don't have a lot of information coming from the hospital, you know, on and on and on. And until all of that's worked out, we're not really going to know. And if it's worked out. Monica, everybody else has lost the body count for the Clintons as well. It's such a high number, we don't know. Now, Hannity went on the news. He's calling out this. Yeah, it sounds terrible. Yes, it does sound terrible. Hannity's been calling out McCain and Susan Collins, telling them, you know, look, you better get on board here. It's time that you got this Obamacare repealed and you put a new health care in place. So, you know, he called those two specifically out. Susan Collins has already said she's not going to vote for it because of it takes away some Medicaid. Two powers need to collaborate in regards to Russia, Amber said. You know, as far as McCain is linked to info leak, according to the paper today, I know, Marianne, there's so much coming out. There's a link from McCain to the Russian Natalia, the Russian attorney, and God knows only where else. I think John McCain, if people knew half of what John McCain does and did, they're probably going to be very shocked. This swamp is endless. It really is. McCain is a traitor, always has been, Monica said. Pretty much, Monica. It seems that way. We need to scale back Medicaid to the unemployed. Well, see, that's probably part of the problem. Nothing surprises me about McCain, Amanda said. Part of the problem is that, yeah, she must be a big operative because she, again, and don't forget, she was allowed in here by Attorney General Lynch. McCain in Arizona, and an apparent proud vet, he should do his job. Susan Collins is a traitor. She let Bill Clinton off the hook back in the day, Todd said. The Russian connections go back to Odessa and the Clintons. They need to build a wall around D.C. Yes, all of those, all of those. Um, but part of what I guess is what is holding people up now is that they want to cut back on Medicaid. Now, Medicaid isn't what you think it is. They don't want to get rid of Medicaid. They don't want to get rid of the existing Medicaid. What you remember the extensions of Medicaid? How a lot of the states did a lot of extensions. They want to get rid of that. So all of those extensions of Medicaid, that's what they want to get rid of. But they look at it and they go, oh, wow, you want to get rid of Medicaid. Oh, they were right. You're going to take the money away from the old people. And, so instead of Medicare, it becomes Medicaid, and they mix the two together and people start freaking out. And that's exactly, I'm sure what the Democrats are going to be pushing. Wow. Monica said her former husband is a Vietnam vet, 4 tours. He hates McCain. Hugh said McCain is a libtard. Medicaid is not Medicare, trying to confuse us. That's right, Big Ralph. That's what they're. But hopefully people won't be confused, but as well as I do, they will be confused. And again, that's what the Democrats said in the beginning. Oh, everybody's going to die. Exactly. There you go, Nancy. Dump Medicaid is what Dems want, and the poor will die, according to them. So, also, I notice that makes for more dramatic headlines. Exactly. The new health care went from 142 pages that the Senate had originally, that came over from the House. Now it's at 172 pages, so they've added 30 pages, and they're saying that they've added what Cruz wants, which is that he wanted plans that the insurance companies could make whatever plans that they wanted, as long as they complied with that, the Obamacare elements that say, you have to give insurance to those who can't afford insurance, that type of thing. But it's kind of left open because Cruz wants to put more in there. Yeah, it's a pretty great addition. I mean, it should be sell whatever you want across state lines at whatever price you want, I just get sick of hearing about healthcare because it isn't going to help me, Marianne said. It will help you, Marianne, if you're using healthcare, have any healthcare at all, because if you're private healthcare, it'll make your premiums go down. It should. Premiums have got skyrocketed, since Obamacare. And if you would please, again, invite your followers in for the second half, that would be great. I would really appreciate it if you would take a moment to do that. Now, another thing that they have done, in the beginning, originally, there was $2 billion that was going to be spent to combat drugs, right? Now they've increased that to $45 billion. I know, Marianne, it's ridiculous what the premiums are. Absolutely ridiculous. And what they've done is they've retained 3 taxes that Obamacare had. So, I still don't like that. I still don't hear them saying we've repealed it. And they seem to just be sort of, limping this along. And I know that President Trump was saying, that I just want to have, I want Republicans to get this through, put it on my desk, and I want to sign it. And that concerns me a little bit because I don't want him to sign something just because. Yeah, if you're healthy, you never benefit, right? I think you can get a catastrophic plan with Cruz. Yeah, that's what he was talking about. He wanted to get the catastrophic. They designed Obamacare to fail so that the people would get hooked on a single-payer system. Exactly right. That was the goal. And everybody sits there and acts like it's not on the left. We'd be fired for dragging our feet at work like that. Absolutely, Marianne. And to boot, do you get a month off like they do? They wanted the whole month of August off. And I guarantee you, if they get this through and they get it done before the end of July, they're going to get the whole month of August off. Right now, they're saying, no, you'll get like the last week of August off. But, this gives them incentive to hurry it up, get this done before the end of July so they can have the whole month off. How many people get a whole month off? VA is a perfect example of a government single payer, absolutely, which is okay for a lot of people in the Cruz plan, right, Barbara? Obamacare was the trial run of single payer. They're getting 2 weeks off, and that's enough. Exactly. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you for the super hearts. That's why McConnell lit a fire under them. That's right, Marlene. I wish I got that kind of time off. No kidding, Amanda, and you know it's paid time off. Single-payer systems lead to situations like what's happening to Charlie Gard. Yes. And let me tell you a little bit about Charlie Gard. Let me give you an update on him really quickly. Appreciate that, Teresa, so much. It has been decided just this morning that the doctor from the United States will travel to London to assess Charlie Gard. And then that information is going to be provided to the judge, and then the judge is going to make the final decision. Now, the guardian, or the guardian for Charlie, which is the attorney that's appointed, has asked the judge not to allow the parents to attend any of those meetings. You're right. We shouldn't have Obamacare in the first place. Absolutely. We should never have had that. Thank you, John Roberts. So anyway, that is disgusting that they want the parents totally excluded. Why are they so against him coming to the U.S.? Amber, I think it's because they don't want the U.S. to maybe help him. I think it's the first case of this kind, Teresa, like this. I mean, that's with this type of disease and all that. That's awesome news, but why can they not attend? Exactly. I don't know what the problem would be with the parents sitting there in a meeting. You see the article on Roberts? Obama has information on him. Marianne said, not surprising. I mean, I would believe that for sure. So anyway, you can see that in London, the child's rights really surpass the parents. And the parents are just like, get out of the way and we'll take it from here. So, he was wiretapped. Wow. Marianne, wow. Can you give me a source on that, Marianne? I'd really like to go to that source. So also in other news, just so you know, this is not surprising. They don't like President Trump. That's for sure, Gary. Thank you, Marianne. I'd really appreciate that. I'd be kidnapping him if it was, Marlene, but I'm sure that they're probably guarding that child really closely. And also, they can't kidnap him because he is on life support. You can't, if you remove him from that room, then you've killed him because the life support will be disconnected. Also, Hawaii, the district court there has made the decision, and they went ahead and did it, that they've added to Trump's travel ban, the travel ban that says that Trump has the right to say that these 6 countries can't be allowed in without vetting, on and on, until the Supreme Court rules finally in October. The Hawaii now has said, well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add grandparents onto that. Yes, the same one. It was the same judge that did it before with the temporary restraining order. Do I like Trump? What do you think? So, there we go. Hawaii, once again, kind of overstepping. I mean, if you will, they're kind of even overstepping the Supreme Court by saying, we really don't care what you said, Supreme Court. We're going to add to it whether you like it or not. This is going to be our interpretation. Kind of, deal with it. Our new Hawaiian president. Yeah, exactly. Unbelievable. And, I'm telling you, you're right, Todd says the world loves Trump. They just don't know it yet, a lot of them. I don't know. Yes, you do like him. So you don't know, but you know that I do like him. Okay. Let them all go to Hawaii. Exactly. Hey, Judy, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Thanks for inviting your followers, everybody. Really appreciate it. Also, this is, they better not let them come to the States. They can deal with their choices. Well, they're going to come to Hawaii. Hawaii is so poor you'd think they'd comply so as not to lose federal funding. That's Nancy said that. The man builds walls when you should build bridges. Just a thought. No, not true, but that's okay. And speaking of the wall, thanks for bringing up the border wall. I'll go from there. Donald Trump, I've read that he really would like the wall to be see-through, and he would like solar panels on the top. So I guess maybe he wants families to be able to see each other. I don't know. Maybe he wants to be able to see into Mexico and vice versa. I'm not sure. And who knows if that's really, truly accurate. It came from mainstream media. Hawaii is off your vacation list forever, Big Ralph said. Good morning, Jennifer. Good to see you. Um, he's going to build bridges in the U.S. too. Yeah, exactly. So sick of building a bridge. Build one and get over it. Love that, Marianne. Hey, Robert. Um, Now, Baltimore, you remember all the problems that Baltimore had with after Freddie Gray died, all the riots that happened in Baltimore, all the buildings burning down, all the police officers that were thrown bricks at. The mayor there at the time, can't remember her name, Stephanie Rollins or something, I don't know. I'm trying to forget. Uh, she told everybody, get a safe place to destroy, that type of thing. And the state's attorney was out there saying, we're gonna go. This is for you, So as Baltimore burned, all of the people in charge kind of sat back and watched it burn in a lot of respects. Now, Baltimore, there's a group on Facebook called Baltimore Ceasefire, and they've come up with a new way that they think will bring peace in their neighborhood. I have to say that I'm a little leery of it, but from August 4th through August the 6th, with the hashtag Nobody Kill Anybody, they are calling for the people of Baltimore to respond to the Baltimore Peace Challenge. And what they want is for like those couple of days to everybody to stop killing each other. And they want you to come out and have family fun and be, being activities instead of, killing each other, instead of murdering each other. So far this year, they've had 181 people that have been killed on Baltimore's streets. That number is higher than 127 people that were killed in New York this year, a city that is almost 14 times larger than Baltimore. The statistic is also higher than 160 that were killed in Philadelphia, which is 2.5 times larger than Baltimore. And surprisingly, that number is more than double that of Chicago, a city that you always hear about in the news. So my concern is when you get that many people together for a party, there's probably going to be some problems. Just saying. Only an out-of-touch libtard would think this would work, Asher said. Yeah, I mean, I got to kind of agree with you. This scares me, and it sounds pretty desperate. No, we don't ban guns. We ban guns. The people with criminals still have guns. They don't care about the bans that you may want to put on guns. Bring fire extinguishers. Exactly. And, the police are going to be working overtime on that. That's going to take more police away from their jobs or what else they have to do. And, the police are looking at other ways. Give peace a chance. Kumbaya. Yes. Shooting fish in a barrel. No guns in England. We don't kill everybody. Right. No, you just run them over with vans there. There's some of the people that come there. Is that what you're saying? When is that? It is August the 4th through the 6th. Perhaps people wouldn't be run over with vans if people had guns to stop them in England there. So, hello, Walter. How are you? Now, also, so we'll see how Baltimore, see if they hold up, see if the city burns down during that time period. Hopefully not. Hopefully the police can find out. We can hopefully find out what the police are going to be up to. I say let the police do their job, and that's probably going to be what needs to be done. Get your popcorn ready. You stepped on my tennis shoes, fights break out. Exactly. A gun would help if a van was speeding toward. Yeah, it would, lady, because you could blow out the tires, you could blow out the window, whatever. But if you want to not have a way to protect yourself, keep going with that. And also, some of your officers have been, I think, killed right there on the streets by people who had machetes and things of that nature. So how do you stop that if you don't have a gun to protect yourself? But I'm sure you'll let me know. Also, President Trump's pick for the U.S. Navy Secretary was confirmed quickly. Looks like there's not going to be any problem on that. And so they picked Richard V. Spencer, a financier, former Marine aviator. He will have the important task of building up the Navy's depleted fleet. He served in the U.S. Marine Corps as a helicopter pilot for several years before a 36-year career in finance. Hey, Mrs. Second Amendment, how are you? So, so that went by. Boom, you got him in there. I guess the left isn't really concerned and don't want to, care about what they're doing with the military. That's not really their priority, so they're not fighting that one at all. And I don't know if you saw yesterday, hey, Wanda, the mainstream media and its ever increasing ways of trying to find out how they can make fun of this president or make up things. The first thing that they did when President Trump and First Lady met yesterday with Macron and his wife, they heard President Trump say, giving her a compliment, giving Macron's wife a compliment, saying, "You're in such good shape, beautiful." He also repeated what he said in front of Macron and said, "Your wife looks very good." Now, why did he say that? Because Macron's wife is 25 years older than Macron, and Trump's wife is 25 years younger than Trump. So, in somebody in that age group, that's giving them a compliment. They're not so like, "Oh my God, you said that I was beautiful, so there's a problem with that." And he said it to her husband as well, so there was no problem. And the headlines, though, that I saw, Trump hits on France's first lady in front of Macron. Yeah, I mean, I think Marianne probably, I think she's around 64 or 65. And I think, he was giving her a compliment. You look really good. I mean, for somebody in the 65 to have them say that, it's probably not a bad thing. And it's I know, Todd, icebreaker. Hey, a man can tell me I look great all day, Barbara said. Absolutely. 10 years older than my husband. Yeah, Marlene. And again, in that age group, people weren't so like quick to say, "Oh my God, that's sexist, that's, whatever." They don't say that. I mean, they take it as that's a compliment. It's just like a long time ago, you never were to ask a woman what her age is, right? Yeah, you got into defending him on Twitter. Good for you. That is a big compliment from a beauty pageant owner. Exactly, Ralph. The left stream media doesn't understand hetero ways. Exactly. It's complimentary. Yes. And what the difference, he's probably said to some of the men as well, "Hey, you look pretty good." I mean, if a guy is his age, I bet he would say to that man, "Hey, you look pretty good." And nobody would say anything about that. They wouldn't accuse him of flirting with the man. But, of course, they have to make some type of news and make him look bad while he's overseas because, that's what they do. Overseas, here, wherever, it doesn't matter. And why are they doing that? Because he's doing really well. Foreign policy-wise, he's doing really well. Every time he goes overseas, he pretty much accomplishes what he set out to do. Exactly, Kat. I mean, a lot of people would say it to anybody. England takes away guns from their citizens, has open borders, and invites a terrorist into their country, and then they wonder why they're under attack. Good point, Jennifer. Thank you. Asher said they want to emasculate our men. I just hate it. And Hugh said they basically, she just took it for what it was. Plus, you never know, she may have felt funny about how good Melania looks. Exactly. Well, and Melania is, 25 years younger probably than she is or more. And she said that. So what? He is kicking butt abroad there, Todd. He really is. And for somebody who comes in, he's brand new, and here's the new president. He doesn't know anything. Well, he sure is running circles around the former presidents, in a lot of the former presidents in foreign policy and at home as well. And especially if the left would allow him to do his job. Liberal media are just jealous because he's a celebrity. Yes, they got trouble taking down the Donald. They're after his son. Yeah. I'm not a liberal, but, thank you. He was simply trying to make her feel comfortable. I know, Amber. It's that political correctness. Plus, it's France and things are different. But nobody cares, right, Barbara? Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares to even bring that up in the mainstream media. It's just that, let's make him look bad and we'll say this. I wanted to also give you a kind of an update on House Representative Steve Scalise. He remains hospitalized. He had another surgery yesterday for a deep tissue infection related to the bullet wounds. So that's what the kind of the House members of his family came out and talked about yesterday. So pray for him that he continues to get better. Asher said people all over the world are tired of milquetoast politicians. They are drawn to Trump because he shows masculine strength. Thank you, Asher. Sorry, that's so true. You're welcome for the update. Long suffering and MSM doesn't mention him. Exactly. I'd like a compliment while standing next to our beautiful First Lady. I know. Can you, Amber, seriously? If that were to happen and you were standing next to her and somebody said, "Wow, you look great," you'd be like, "Wow, thank you," because that'd be hard to do next to her. When will those Democrats leave the Donald alone? After he's out of office in 8 years. That's when. Also, I don't know if you heard about this, but supposedly this is true. Kid Rock, whose real name is Robert James Ritchie, tweeted out that he has a new website called kidrockforsenate.com, and he is going to be running for U.S. Senate in Michigan in 8 years. That's right. Kid Rock is a patriot. Yep. So anybody in Michigan, you need help. If he's in that district where Amash is or whatever his name is, let's help Kid Rock get in and get the other guy out. I don't know if it's the same district. Sure wish it were. That'd be great. The Honorable Kid Rock. They used to talk about how beautiful Jackie was. Exactly, Todd, and nobody cared. Nobody said, "Oh my gosh, that's sexist to talk about how beautiful Jackie O is." He's a conservative patriot, Asher. Yes. You're a Buckeye, and that state up north needs him. Yes, Mustang girl. Ted Nugent for senator, Asher said. We need some patriots in there. We really, really do. So I thought that was pretty good news. In other news, the Washington Post, even though we're not hearing a lot about it, you remember the dossier that came out about President Trump, and they said that he was doing stuff with prostitutes in Russia. Remember that? Well, it's coming out now, and even Washington Post unwittingly or unintentionally, let's say, they're not going to. They didn't want to help him along, but unfortunately, they got some truth, and they had to go with the truth. The longtime bodyguard Keith Schiller, he was asked many times when Trump was over in Russia because of the Miss Universe pageant. He was asked several times. Keith was the bodyguard whether or not they should send prostitutes up to Donald Trump's room. And Keith told them absolutely not. And so there were never prostitutes going into his room as they claimed in the dossier. So Washington Post, in this little blurb about this big, had to print that. But it's not something that you're going to see widely spread out there in mainstream media. But it's something else that you can add to your repertoire when you're talking to those people on the left. Now, making a big deal over the bill telling women how hot they were in the Oval Office. Yeah. So, that's, well, thank you. Thank you, Mustang Girl. Oh, by the way, want a reproduction of Ivanka's girly girl dress? Oh, boy, I'm so excited. Good for you. I'm glad you're excited. Kid Rock is a musician, not a politician. Well, I think Kid Rock, anybody could be a politician. See, here's what happened. The Founding Fathers said that anybody could be a politician because it wasn't to be that you had to have a certain background, a certain degree, a certain anything. The Founding Fathers said, if you have a love for this country, if you have a brain and you know how to use it, then you qualify. And see, what's happened now is that we have people who say, well, you need to have millions and millions of dollars, and you need to have this degree, and you need to have that, blah, 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 and you need to be a career politician. No, that's not true. Never was what the Founding Fathers wanted. Started with farmers. There you go. Certain age and certain American born, and that's it, Nancy. Love Melania's Paris dresses. She always looks great. Melania would look good in anything, let's face it. And again, to get a compliment when you're standing next to her, I'd take it. Now money ruined everything. That's right, Todd. Snoop Dogg, if Snoop Dogg has what it takes, then I guess Snoop Dogg will be president or anything else if Snoop Dogg wants to be. So, we'll have to, this is America, right? And money doesn't count. It shouldn't. It should be your integrity and it should be your love for America. Thank God that we have the president that we have. So, anyway, you guys, thank you so much for being here today. Please retweet this if you will. And I also ask that, again, if you want to donate, please get the donations over there at SusanKnowles.com. Just click on the little donate button, and we'll get all of those veterans the things that they need. And if you don't want to donate, perfectly okay. Please retweet this, though. Thank you so much, Mustang Girl. Thank you so much for being here. And I thank everybody for being here except the trolls. For trolls, I guess you'll have to go back and bother somebody else because the Periscope is over. See you guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, thank you. Everybody on YouTube, thanks so much. You have a great day. Hey, Hugh, you have a great day. Have a stellar weekend as well. Asher, thank you for coming in. Monica, everybody on YouTube Live, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Take